Indonesia vs Vietnam, host mobilizes armored vehicles. On the afternoon of January 6, 3,690 Indonesian police were mobilized with armored vehicles and ambulances to prevent incidents involving fans. Armored vehicles and ambulances were arranged outside the Bung Karno Stadium to prevent incidents involving violent fans. More than 2 hours before the ball rolled, many fans came to the field to get ready to fuel the players of both teams. Henry and his wife are two of the few Vietnamese fans present early. 5 prohibited items to bring into the yard. The Indonesian Football Federation banned fans from bringing flares, lighters, smoke cannons, cigarettes and rocket-shaped fireworks into Bung Karno Stadium. Indonesian minister urges fans to behave nice. Let's be a good host and show the image of a friendly country. Fans come to watch football and don't cause trouble. I hope there are no incidents for 90 minutes. Mr. Zainuddin Amali, Minister of Youth and Sports Indonesia spoke. Mr. Amali had to speak out after the incident that the country's fans attacked the bus carrying the Thai team when the two teams met in the group stage. In addition, PSSI's head of fan development, Budiman Dilimonth, must also stand up and call on fans not to commit acts of harassment towards the Vietnamese team and the visitors' fans. 3,690 police deployed to protect Vietnam's match. On the morning of January 6, the entire security force protected the match between Indonesia and Vietnam in the AF Cup 2022 semi-final. From early morning, thousands of police deployed forces around the Gelora Bung Sports Complex. Karno. Although the match between Indonesia and Vietnam took place at 16:30, the security department was out very early. The owner opens the Bung Karno yard early. Right from 13:30, i.e. 3 hours before the match, the host Indonesia opened the door for fans to enter the field to prepare to watch the semi-finals of the AF Cup first leg. Recruiting Vietnam to rank 95 in the world. According to Football Ranking, the Vietnamese team got 3.35 points after 4 group stage matches of the AF Cup 2022, thereby rising to 95th in the world with 1,231.98 points, pushing Armenia to 96th place with more than 0.22 points. Park Hang-seo's teachers and students received 1.12 more points respectively after beating Laos 6-0, 1.76 points when they overcame Malaysia 3-0 and 1.47 points when they beat Myanmar 3-0. Vietnam team deducted 1 point when drawing with Singapore away in the third match. The away goals rule applies in the AF Cup 2022 semi-finals. In the fourth part of the AF Cup 2022's regulations on the format of the competition, it is clear that the rules are applied in the semi-finals. Specifically, .13.4.1 of the regulation mentions the semi-final pairing at the AF Cup 2022. In addition, 3 conditions to determine the winner of the semi-finals are also mentioned, which are: first, the team with the highest total number of goals after 2 matches will win tickets to the final. Second, if the semi-finals end with an equal total of goals, the away goals rule will apply. Third, if the final score and the number of away goals are still equal, extra time and penalties will be applied after the second half of the second leg. Before the semi-final first leg between Vietnam and Indonesia at the AF Cup 2022, the away goal rule was mentioned. Indonesian midfielder, we will win 3 points against Vietnam. Meeting Vietnam for the first time at the SEA Games was a difficult match, especially when they had the home field advantage. At the national team level, Vietnam is also a strong opponent. This is not an easy match. It's our best, but the whole team will do the best we can. We will focus on our own performance and will win this first leg match, Marcelino shared with Didac on the morning of January 6. Marcelino has many encounters with U16, U19, and U23 teams in Vietnam. At the 31st SEA Games, This 18-year-old midfielder and U23 Indonesia suffered a 0-3 defeat against U23 Vietnam in the group stage. Two of the three players who scored for U23 Vietnam in that match who can play this afternoon are Nguyen Tien Linh and Du Hong Dung. Indonesian newspaper, watch out for the Vietnamese team. Before the 2022 AF Cup semi-final, Didac posted an article with the title, "Beware of the Vietnamese team under coach Park Hang-seo, who has never lost to Indonesia." Throughout the history of the AF Cup, Indonesia has only lost once to Vietnam in 1996, but it should be remembered that under coach Park, the Golden Star Warrior has never lost to Indonesia. Since Mr. Park led Vietnam, Indonesia 7 times against this opponent, including 3 times at the national team level. As a result, Vietnam won 6 and drew 1.